plenty of time for Kyle Pitts, and maybe into a new system now, new head coach, new quarterback. Maybe Kyle Pitts can reestablish himself because the talent's there, right? Like we make fun of it all the time. Like Kyle Pitts, oh, that's it. Everybody keeps holding it. But the talent's there. He did it in college. He did it his first year as a rookie. Like the potential is there for Kyle Pitts. He knows, like, he's just got to produce it. The dude wants to get paid. There's a very clear path for him to be the number 2 weapon in this offense and kind of reestablish himself as an elite dynasty asset, and maybe even like leapfrog guys like, Sam Laporta, TJ Hawkinson, George Kittle. This could be a situation. Again, I know it sounds outrageous because we've been burned for 3 years straight, but Kyle Pitts could find himself as the tight end 3 by 6 months from now, right behind Trey McBride and Brock Bowers, right? Sure. Like there is a path for that. And again, a big gamble, but man, like you guys have said, who else are they throwing the football to?
Rich, here we go. Name the rookie that will have the most dynasty value in the offseason of 2027. What is your first guess?
First answer out of Team Dotson over here. We're going to go Teteroa McMillan.
Tet McMillan is on the board as the 7th answer. So the lowest scoring value.
Yeah.
He gets 4 points.
Yeah, let's just get out of the way, Ashton Genty.
All right, Ashton Genty, highest scoring response here, and that is worth 52. Ooh. 52. So over half the people picked Ashton Genty.
And my answer is Trevion Henderson.
Trevion Henderson is 5th off the board. So you have the first response, the 5th response, and the 7th response. So still 4 out there. No strikes yet. You've been perfect.
Number 4 guess is got to be the guy everybody's taking at number 2. And everybody takes number 2s in life. Don't lie. Omarion Hampton on the board.
Omarion Hampton is number 3. We're still looking for 2, 4, and 6. Rich, what's your next guess?
Number 2 answer on the board.
Okay,
Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter is, in fact, the number 2 answer on the board. Mm-hmm. Rich, what's your last 2 guesses?
I think some people are out there that were in the beginning of the season very high on this person. They loved him. They wanted to coddle him. They said he was better than a lot of other guys. And that answer is Caleb Johnson.
We have our first strike on the board here, Rich. Caleb Johnson, not one of the responses.
Show me the number 1 overall pick, a guy who has looked good in OTAs, which OTAs mean jack diddly squat. But go ahead and throw him on the board anyways, Garrett. Show me CW Cam Ward.
Cam Ward is the number 6 answer on the board.
Can't believe I took Caleb Johnson. Oh man. All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna go on the board here, and I'm gonna say, let's just get out of the way because there's no way I'm not guessing this guy. And too many people know that listen to this show, and everybody agrees with me more than agree with everybody else, because the simple fact is, fellas, that I am right as equally as you are, but I talk more. So I tell the pervy jokes. So everybody's listening to me, and that guy has 2 letters for a first name, and the last name begins with an H. It is R.J. Harvey. And by Garrett's face, I feel like
it is not R.J. Harvey.
It is not R.J. Harvey.
And I'm going to go Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren is incorrect. Matt,
for the win, for the steal.
Can you steal?
There's still good options. This is hard. This is not as easy as one would think, because there's Quinshon Judkins, there's Colston Loveland, there's Jackson Dart. It's super flex, tight end premium. I'm going to go Loveland. I'm going to go Colston Loveland for the steal.
I can't believe I forgot Quinshon Judkins. I can't believe it.
Well, it's a good thing you did, because that is incorrect. The number 4 option, Emeka Egbuka.
Dang it.
Number 4.
Dynasty, hot body, hot boy, Dynasty, hot summer. In Dynasty, it's so easy to find yourself on another league just because you just want to draft. Like, drafting is so fun. Fast Draft gives you the opportunity. And, you draft a team, then you set it, forget it. And then you open up the app at the end of the year and you go, look at me. Got so much coin in my bank account now because I did so well. So if you go on there, Fast Draft, use the promo code NERDS. They're going to match your deposit up to $50. And with that, they're also going to allow us to give you a free Nerd Herd membership. So we're going to give you a free 1-year membership to Nerd Herd, everything that comes with it, extra podcast, of course, the Dynasty GM app, which is the dopest tool out there in the world today when it comes to fantasy football and Dynasty. If you're already a Nerd Herd member, we're going to send you a gift certificate to the merch store. So check them out, Fast Draft.
All right. So if you are new here, this is the Roster Rescue Show brought to you by Dynasty Nerds. And we do a lot of different things here. One, we grade your rosters. We tell you what to do, what moves to make, what kind of trades, all of those kinds of things. You can scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner that says submit a roster. And we're going to make sure that we go through and we get nitpicky about your team, your league, and how you can make the best use of your assets there. But we also have like what Michael and Mike just did, where if you want to just, hey, I don't know that I want a full roster rescue. I don't know that I need you guys to check everything out. I just need to know about a specific deal or a specific trade or things like that. Then you can just put in a super chat just like these two guys did, and we guarantee to get to those questions. What are our feelings about J.K. Dobbins? If you're a contender, are you okay with him as potentially like a flex guy for you? Are you just avoiding?
Yeah, I feel comfortable as a potential flex play. We've seen Sean Payne utilize 2 running backs before in his offense. Versatile players, so they can use him. But I think they are going to rely on that running game. And Sean Payne's going to help out Bo Nix there. So I think the biggest thing what's nice about J.K. Dobbins, any point if anything happens to Harvey, you have a running back 1. What a great upside value. I feel pretty good about J.K. Dobbins, and I think he does offer the potential of some flex play. I could argue I'm probably higher on Jalen Wright than anybody in the industry. That's how all in I am. I've tried to trade for him. I've tried to give second-round picks for him. You said this is a team that runs a lot of motion. We already saw that it could support 2 high-end running backs. Jalen Wright was a player that fits this offense to a T. He's what coming out a couple of years ago, he's the most explosive running back in the draft class. He adds a little weight. He has a clear-cut path to be in this offense. This is a year I think they're going to, you're right, boom or bust. Is he a part of this offense? Does he make it work?
David Njoku. Is there a path where he once again shows that he can be a top tier guy and we see not even just a tight end 1 season, but maybe even a top 3 tight end season?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Stefanski's going back to his offense from 2 years ago, going to run a lot of 12 personnel. And David Njoku, who's literally gotten better from not only an NFL standpoint, but from a fantasy football standpoint, every single year. I think there's a really good chance that David Njoku could definitely eat up the middle. And definitely with a smart quarterback, like you said, if Joe Flacco gets in there and can really read and check down the defense and go to a second read, which I think would be in Njoku, I think he's a great buy. I think he's a great add. I think to me, I feel more sure about him helping me be that tight end difference maker than a guy even like Sam Laporta.
The NFL season is inching closer and closer, and we are here to talk about your fantasy football teams, to answer trade questions, to look at your rosters, and we are excited to do it. I'm here with my good friend and co-host, Rich Dotson. Rich, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well on a Monday because I'm just inching closer and closer to real NFL football. So excited about that. Just finished my last rookie draft of the year on Sunday.
Nice.
Which is like a home league. I think it's my second oldest league, to be honest with you. It's like 15 years old.
Nice.
I think somewhere right around there, 13, 15 years old. And I actually told you about it. I was like, man, know how on the podcast I was saying, I was like,
what did you decide to do?
So what I decided to do, I said, I want to see one more preseason game. And listen, and Matt actually felt the same way, O'Hara, with his pick, because he took a Mecca Buka 1-4 over Tet McMillan.
Woo.
And we and him were talking. We're like, dude, home leagues are supposed to be way more fun, right? And so if everybody doesn't know, I really wanted Trevian Henderson. I said in the podcast, and I was like, dude, I'm 51% Hampton. It's the right move. but I just really want Henderson. So I end up the guy at 1-3. I wanted him to force my hand, right? So I was like, "Hey, you want to move up?" He's like, "No." I'm like, oh, "Okay."
Either.
I was like, "Dude, what if you give me 3-3 and I give you 3-6 and I'll give you 1-2 and 1-3?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do that." And I was like, "Oh, sweet." So ended up taking Trevian. I think I was locked in. I was going to take Trevian over Hampton in that one league. Not advising everybody else to do it. I was sitting there telling everybody, I was like, I might regret this. I might. But what I'll regret more is if I don't make this trade and then Henderson outscores him in PPR leagues, and then I'll be a sad man. So I made the move.
I can't blame you. I say same day, or maybe it was the day before. I was calling Rich over the weekend saying, like, hey, I made a move that a lot of my league mates thought was an all-in move to get Trayvon Henderson. I actually think I underpaid, but it's worth it because I'm really excited to get him. So similar boat. We're trying to make moves to get a guy that we thought was the number 2 back in the class before the draft. So absolutely.
Yeah. You slayed that trade, by the way. Like you're like, hey, some guys don't think this is a fair trade. What do you think? And I was like, dude, that's assault. Like that's right.
What was the trade?
So the trade was this is a 10-team league, 1 quarterback league. It is eventually moving to Superflex, but not this year. 1 QB. Travion Henderson fell to 1-5. I thought he was going to go at 1-3. He fell to 1-5. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I got to trade up. I don't even have a first round pick, but I was like, I got to trade up and get him because I only have 1 share in all my leagues because I've been very much either like all in or all out. So either I had a top 2 or 3 pick or I had a bottom 3 pick. And like, I didn't have much in the middle this year. So I ended up giving my first and 26. I'm a very, very strong contender. I gave up my first and 26. I gave up 3 seconds. One of them was this year, 2-9, and then a 27 and a 28 first round or second round pick. So a first, 3 seconds, and then a pick swap. The next time that my pick is earlier in the first round than the guy I traded with, we get to swap picks. So that was the deal.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah. That sounds like a Peter and Rich deal.
There you go.
Dude, in PPR, I like not only is he getting some looks as an in-between tackler, in between tackles runner, a 3-down back, which I think he 100% capable of.
His run was nice.
Yeah, he is so many flashes, and I already believed in the passing game. I think he could be, I'm always trying to find, like right now, like Devon Achan's in that mix. Like I'm trying to find that next PPR guy who's not named Bijan, right? The guy who becomes Alvin Kamara, right? Like talk about it all the time. Like who's that next guy? Before Alvin Kamara, it was LaShawn McCoy. Before LaShawn McCoy, it was a superstar in LaDainian Tomlinson. But that guy, like, come in there and consistently be a top 5 fantasy running back year in and year out. And he mostly do it predominantly because how many passes they catch. I think, obviously Devon Achan's an easy person to pick into that mix. I think we're going to see a massive ascension in Trevian Henderson's startup ADP after this year because he's going to kind of enter that, like, kind of like Achan mold. Right now where Achan's going in the mid-second round of a startup. I think Henderson, if he gets the run, I think he's going to get between the tackles, push Ramondre Stevenson to the side. I think he's going to make that ascension. I think he's going to enter that tier, like, maybe even potentially with like Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Like I think Bijan's locked in at 1. We'll see what Genty could do to get into that tier as well. But I think Trevian has a chance to enter that tier. So I'm super stoked. Like I said, the season's upon us. We have a couple more weeks, these roster reviews to get teams ready for the season. And again, I really think this whole show is going to hold a ton of value. I think we'll end up doing more is like when we get in season, right? Like, hey, my team, like I thought I was a contender. Now I'm sitting here 0-4. Like, what do I do? Like, do we tell them to stay put, keep going, or hey, time to flip the script? I'm going to leave that my 22-year, 23-year-old league, however old it is, 22 years. I said I was making one last push in there, and I have Joe Mixon, and all the reports I'm seeing now coming out of Joe Mixon are like, hey guys, like my sources are telling me he's off my board like bad. So it's like, dude, if Joe Mixon's like not going to play, like I'm in a real bad situation. So like I might have to get ahead of my team and blow it up. I got some assets, Saquon, George Kittle, Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin. So stoked about that. But enough about us, Garrett. Can we just can we get in there and do some rescuing?
Absolutely. Pete, do you want to answer Max's question real quick? Because I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, so currently it's still a little bit too complicated for us to do on here to do ESPN. We are working towards finding a fix for that, and that would be great, especially for more like the redraft league type setup. But currently we are still doing mostly sleeper and a complicated flow chart for MFL. But
So you can upload your roster into our app with the ESPN link, but is it a problem because of Dynasty mode that it shows?
it's me getting it on this side of the GM. Like
You
Max
can't
will
log
be-
in. Yeah, you can't log in as him. I get it.
Yeah.
So they're logged in. It's fine, but we can't log
Yes.
in from our end.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's
All
get
right.
into it.
Give us your social security number, credit card number, and date
Mother's
of birth,
maiden name.
and we'll get that all taken care of. Not a problem. Oh.
Okay, I'm adding everyone in again.
All
There we
right.
go.
We've got a lot of nukes. There's nuclear warfare happening on the roster rescue show today. This first one comes to us from Gabriel, correct, Pete?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. This is our guy, Gabe. This is a 12-team Superflex league here. This is not tight end premium, though. So it's just Superflex, not tight end premium. This is a start 9. So, Pete, while I read through, I know he has a lot of information there. If you could kind of let me know some of that after I'm done reading the roster here. So, quarterbacks, we have Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Running backs, we've got Devon Achane, Joe Mixon, J.K. Dobbins, Nick Chubb, Will Shipley. At wide receiver, we've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Calvin Ridley, Deebo Samuel, Marvin Mims. And then at tight end, we've got Old Man Kelsey. Picks-wise, we've moved our first and actually all of our picks in 26, and we only have our second and third in 27 still remaining. Right now, we are in 7th in Dynasty mode, but in Contender mode, Pete, where are we at?
We are in 3rd.
We are in 3rd, although that might take a small dip if we're worried about Joe Mixon. So, Rich, we don't have a lot of draft assets. We're kind of all in. We have a super sexy quarterback room. But how you feeling about all of this? Pete, go ahead and give us the extra info there.
Yeah, so we have. Let's start off with 2 trades. Just flow of the show. Would you guys, if they include trades in the notes, do you want to hear them before everything else?
If you're able to, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because then we know
Okay.
we have offers on the table. Like so that narrows
Great.
it down really quick for us.
Perfect. Okay, so first option is send his 2028 first, because we're dealing with the LA Rams here. And his 2027 second, conditional on injury to below player. Can you guess who this player is?
I'm guessing it's Joe Mixon.
Nope. Christian McCaffrey. Because he's getting this player back. So he's getting Christian McCaffrey for a 2028 first and a conditional 2027 second. So I'm assuming there's some conditional games played for that second in there.
Okay.
And then the second trade is send his 2028 first, and 27 and 28 thirds, and J.K. Dobbins, and receive Josh Jacobs, Marshawn Lloyd, and the 209. But here are the players that will be available at 209. Never mind. These are the players that are left. So they did their first round of the rookie draft, and there's still some good names, but it's hard to project who's going to be available at 209. So
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably reach
it's
on,
just regular.
I mean, there you're probably reaching on Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt just on the news alone. He's gonna be your best stat. And Garrett, these trades, I understand where he's going from this because obviously his weakest part of this team that's holding them back drastically is gonna be his running back room.
Yeah.
Now he's got Nick Chubb to offset Joe Mixon, so that's huge, right? Like he's got the runner. I think J.K. Dobbins, even if R.J. Harvey ends up starting, I think J.K. Dobbins is locked in on 3rd down role. I think he has a chance there to be enough of an asset to where I think his running back 2 is a hole, but I think it's a bigger hole long term. Achane always has a chance to get hurt. They can really set you down as well. But, you know, I think if your running back 2 is your biggest weakness, you're so strong everywhere else, you could probably get by and compete with that. But like the problem is you need a lot of luck on your end to stay healthy. I really love your receiving room in a short window of age. Like I would really consider starting Deebo Samuel actually over Mike Evans to start the season. Depends how quick, everything's looked, but I really think Jaden Daniels and him had a really good connection. I think that they're going to push the ball downfield. If Godwin's off the field, I understand Evans, but like that room looks nice, right? Tyreek Hill offers massive upside. Mike Evans is safe as your wide receiver 5. I've mentioned many times on the show, I think Calvin Ridley has the potential to be a low-end wide receiver 1, strictly on target share. I think he's going to see a 25% plus target share, which puts him in that elite level. Been talking about him for months. So I think you're really set there. I am really worried, though, about your running back room. And those offers on the table, Garrett, like both of them seem pretty fair as offers.
They do.
Like from a win-wise.
The question is like, this almost feels like you're like going deep into debt. Is kind of what it seems like, because you keep giving your future away for right now.
Yeah.
But you kind of almost have to, like, at some point you're gonna have to draw a line somewhere. It was like, when am I trying to push all in still, and when am I done? Because there's a realistic chance you could give your 28 first and get a CMC. You could get a Josh Jacobs. You could get one of these guys, and you could win a ship this year. That is very much so on the table. But just know, more than likely, we're in 2025 right now. You'll probably still be okay in 26, but by 27 and 28, you're going to be just giving your league fee for free. Like you're going to have nothing left by that point.
Yeah, I think he has outs, but the problem is like your first will be really high. So like if you give up your 28 first, you're giving up essentially potentially the 1-1, because by 2027 starting season, your receiving core is now depleted. I'm looking for a different path here if I can, because I'm with you, Garrett. Like it seems fine to give it away now. And we preach, do what you got to do to win. And I think Christian McCaffrey or Josh Jacobs enhances your ability to win significantly. What I'm trying to do is kind of insulate myself a little bit here and protect that. And I think the best thing to do that with is, I think you have 2 assets I really like to pivot off here that you can kind of package. I would love to find a team and move off. Like you have Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, and that is elite. That's the number one reason why you're going to win, right? And then you stack it on with Achane and Amon-Ra, and that really just elevates your chance. I think the upside of Calvin Ridley, the stack of Higgins, the upside of Tyreek Hill, it helps propel you. But I think you can keep that upside by adding a running back, getting a quarterback back, and even potentially like get another receiver back off of T. But like for me, Garrett, I am going to try and tear down from Joe Burrow or Josh Allen for one of the 2. And I know it sounds crazy, but like I am way more worried about like a couple things go sideways with Tyreek Hill, his attitude. Mike Evans ends up in a real bad situation next year. Achane gets hurt at some point. You have no running backs. And then like you're just sitting there and Kelsey retires after the year or something like, you know what I mean? And like now you're giving up the 1-1 in 27 and in 28, or like a top 3 pick in there. And you're going to like sit there and be miserable because picking in 2029 is so far away.
Really fast, I just noticed this. You do not have to start a tight end in this league.
That's helpful to you.
So that's just some extra context with at least Kelsey as a piece, but still, it's very true. It's an old team.
So not being tight end premium, you're probably starting Deebo Samuel over Travis Kelce.
Rich, I actually really like that move. I think that's a savvy move that I would be open to. Obviously, we expect Joe Burrow and T. Higgins both to have big seasons, but both are significant injury risks. You look at your entire team, basically everyone not named Josh Allen has had like some pretty big injury concerns coming into the season when they missed time last year or the year before. Like almost every player on the team. So there is some real injury concern here. So I would not be opposed to, and especially with them being a stack, like that's really appealing to a team. So like if you could even go get, tear down from Joe Burrow to Jordan Love, tear down from T. Higgins to, Golden. Then you'll have some significant pluses that you can add on top.
Yeah, let's go down here. Let's start right from the top right here from team 4 down, right? Like okay. I mean, let me just see here what they have at running back, because we need a team that has some depth at running back. Like this team has a little bit of depth. Like, so for example, here, like if we could flip, just again, spitball in here, probably not possible at the same time. If we could turn Joe Burrow and T. Higgins into Drake May, Hampton, and DK Metcalf, you know, I'm kind of on board with that. Like again, I get these are all speculative. Yeah, these are all speculative because you're taking a big risk on Drake May, right? Going from Joe Burrow. Sure. Joe Burrow is arguably, from a pocket passer standpoint, you can make an argument as he's currently the best pure pocket passer like in the NFL. He's that good. Like Joe Burrow really is that good. He's elite of the elite tier 1. So I think in the T. Higgins news, I think it kind of bump that up for me. I feel pretty comfortable getting DK Metcalf at 27 years old to offset at like a 20. Is it T. Higgins 26, I believe?
Yeah, they're right in the same age range. I think they might have even been. Were they the same? No, they were one class apart. T. Higgins was one class younger than DK.
Yeah, and I honestly wouldn't even mind trying 26. To offload like even like another older receiver and get a little younger with the upside of Josh Downs. You know what I mean? Like to kind of go there. And I think Hampton would really fill in and make me feel way more comfortable. And I totally feel good with Drake May's rushing ability to kind of give me on a points per game basis some solid news there. So Tate, there's no T. Higgins news. It's just the extension, the youth, his 19 points per game average last year. Like he's really probably, honestly, you could argue this is the highest T. Higgins value we've probably seen in his career.
Years,
yeah. So I'm trying to capitalize on that because I really view T. Higgins as a wide receiver too. I do not view him as a wide receiver 1. I think that room is way too crowded for him to squeeze in there. Could he squeeze in there? 100%. Definitely with like how bad the Bengals. If they get rid of Trey Henderson, you could argue the Bengals have the worst defense in the NFL. Like,
and I think that is for me, that's where we differ. I do see T. Higgins talent-wise, ability-wise, and even opportunity-wise as a wide receiver 1. My question is just, he's always banged up. He's always nicked up. That's where we kind of differ on that. But I agree. I'm okay moving off of him because I need my best players to be available when I need them to be available.
Yeah, and again, when I say that, like, it doesn't mean like T. Higgins can't get in there. It's just I don't see him there because you remember, guys, like there's only 12 wide receiver 1s. You have to remember that, right? And there's certain guys that are not falling out of there, like Amon-Ra, CD. You know, just a top tier of Chase, who's on Higgins, Jefferson, Malik, CD, Amon-Ra, right? Like, and like, who am I missing? Like, I'm probably missing somebody that's like almost a lock. Like, I would say Ladd McConkey's a lock, but let's just call it like 5 is almost half the guys right there. And like, then we can go on about Jackson Smith and Jigba, Ladd McConkey. Can Marvin Harrison get in there? AJ Brown, Brian Thomas Jr. should be a lock into that mold, right? Like, so many guys that I believe have a much higher upside. Like I think Ricky Pearsall's a sneaky guy to sneak in there. Like there'll be a guy that we don't see coming. Like that's why I mentioned like the Calvin Ridley. The Ricky Pearsall, they could kind of sneak in there. So who's the team after?
Where would that trade be? Because I like that concept overall. I wonder if we could almost even get a tiny bit more.
I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah, like
but Hampton's a big get, dude. Like that's the thing. Like he's a big get, and like giving up for him to give up Drake May as well. Like that, I was thinking about asking more too, but what I don't want to do is like I don't want to get that slam no, right? Where there's no counter, there's no offer. It's like we're too greedy. But let's see what the calculator says here.
That's pretty perfect. That's pretty close.
Yeah, and that's why I don't want to ask for a little bit more, Garrett, because I feel like the prize here is like I feel DK Metcalf is a tier down from Higgins, and I'm okay with that with our receiving room. Like I'm more important about staying in that age frame for how old we are, and then us getting in May gives us that piece where if things start to fall apart. Now we're still in position to trade all our old receivers, Devon Achane and Josh Allen, because we're still set with Drake May here. If we need to blow it up, and we'll get a ton back there. But I think this makes our team overall better and more insulated.
Yeah, and the insulated part is where I'm definitely with you on. And part of it is how much do you believe in Drake May? I'm a big Drake May guy. Rich, I know you're a believer in Drake May. If you're not a Drake May guy, this deal's gonna be tough for you to do. You can pivot, but if you believe in Drake May, this I think is a steal because if you're a believer, you think that he is going to legitimately be maybe not quite to the same level of Joe Burrow, but in that range, fantasy football wise, in the very near future. There's a very possible world where DK Metcalf, as the only legitimate receiving option right now in Pittsburgh, could put up a wide receiver one season and have the same type of year as T. Higgins. And now you're getting Omarion Hampton, a 21-year-old stud in an offense that wants to run the heck out of the football. So I think that's the thing. There's a world where the DK Metcalf and Drake May isn't crazy far off from Burrow and Higgins, but getting Omarion Hampton puts you way over the top.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to, like, say Joe Burrow's in that elite tier. He's averaging about 23 points per game, somewhere around there, like, because they're throwing the football so much. And say Drake May's averaging about 18 points per game this year. So you're talking about 6 points per game difference, and that's where Hampton comes in. And I think even a little, I think Metcalf and Higgins could be pretty close on a points per game basis, and that's a couple off too. I think Hampton totally offsets all that difference. And again, and that's your biggest needs, because that's what I'm trying to attack here. So instead of getting my 28 first, I'm just trying to, like, accumulate a better starting roster while keeping it and insulate my team to where if I have to pivot, I can. And I think this deal makes our team a better championship caliber team from the rip. What's right, so look at a couple of other rosters going down, Garrett?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Let's say this deal doesn't work. This guy doesn't want to talk. What other options do we have?
Right.
Okay. So would you tear down from T and Joe Burrow to Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze?
He doesn't have the running back that we're going to need to make that happen.
Yeah, because we would want probably Kyron back, and I don't know that he would be willing to do that.
Yeah, and that's a lot of risk. You know, like it looks like you know, even after the starters played yesterday, the Bears are. I love the way the offense looked. I really did. Kudos. Good news for Caleb Johnson. They're really going to spread the ball around, I think, a ton. Colston Loveland looked really good in his limited time there. DJ Moore looked good. Rome is the only one that didn't really have any kind of plays, honestly, but I think they're going to spread the ball there. And for us to, like, take all the risk giving up Burrow, like, I want that, like, locked in young running back. Even Kyron, to me, doesn't offer the upside of, like, an Amari and Hampton long term, like, to insulate as much as I wanted to be. And for us to take the risk here, like, I don't feel as comfortable with this team is finding.
Go to the next couple.
I like the quarterbacks though.
Judkins, if you. So, quick thing with Judkins, I haven't really been able to find any clarity in this. There's still a chance that he's going to be suspended, right? Like a rather large chance, or
I would
is
say,
there?
No, I would no longer say rather large chance. I would say there's
a possibility.
It's not out of the realm, but I would say it's a less chance. I think the biggest news that came out of that story was during the police investigation was, like, the stories didn't line up. She said the incident happened on this day, and she made illegal, whatever you want to call it. You know,
no takesies, backsies.
Filing. Yeah, and on the day that she said it happened, there was video of her the next day with nothing wrong with her whatsoever. So, like, the stories aren't, like, matching up, and that's why they dropped all the charges. Same thing, just like on the same day it happened to Isaiah Bond, and he's actually suing his victim. So we don't know. Again, it's really hard, man, to like that's why these stories, we see this all the time, where, like, some of these. It's hard to even talk about because, like, we don't know what the truth is, right? And you want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And honestly, like, I know that, like, I really want to say this is clear spot. Like, I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt until we know all of the stories, all the facts. So, like, for me, Quinshon, I don't know. And at this point, like, he maybe does, but it probably, we're no longer even remotely looking at the 6 games we were looking at. So, like, I just traded up for Quinshon Judkins, and that same thing where I got Trevian, I traded up to 1.5 to get Quinshon Judkins. Like, I gave up a 27 second and a 26 third, a 27 second, and 1.8 to go to 1.5 to get Judkins. So I came with Henderson, Judkins, and I got Caleb Johnson at 110. So I revamped my whole running back room. Then I traded away Tyrone Tracy. It's a 1 QB league, but I traded away Tyrone Tracy for JJ McCarthy in a 27 second. So I got that second back. I was super stoked about that. So I feel good about Quinshon. I really do. He needs a signing in camp though.
Can you show me this team's picks? I'm just a curious.
Yeah.
A little curious.
107, 109, and
that's
207.
interesting because he has Quinshon on his team and Emeka Ibuka, but he has picks.
So they did the first round already. So they're in the second right now. So
So that's why the picks are still on there. But
Yeah, correct.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that's why Dynasty View is not going to be.
You got a Mech and Quinchon, which is great value on both of those guys. I was kind of trying to think like, is there a world? I can't see the trade formulating in my head enough where it was something around Quinchon, a Mecha, and a quarterback plus like a first. But I still just, for giving up Joe Burrow, there's not quite the quarterback I want, and it doesn't fully make sense because you'd be trying to convince him he's a contender, but then you'd be taking like Jared Goff off his roster.
Yeah.
So I just don't think this deal would work.
Yeah, for him to do this trade for me, I would need, just to give the listener like an idea what I would want and how you feel about Garrett. I'd want Jared Goff, Quinchon Junkins, and a Mecca.
Yep.
That's what I would want.
That's what I was thinking, and even a little bit more on top because you're literally taking all of the risk, like on this.
Yeah, and I would be, if I get Trey Benson thrown in, I'd feel really good about it. But like the thing is, like I feel very confident in the quarterback and Jared Goff, and I feel very confident in Mecca Ibuka. You know what I mean? Like I really do. I understand
the hard part is
I don't think
we're trying to convince him he's a contender. He's gonna have a hard time giving up Jared Goff because if you're making the Burrow deal, we're saying like you're a contender, you got Gibbs, you got JSN, now you get Burrow and T. He's gonna be like, well, I want Goff as my QB2. I'll give you Penix, and then we're just taking on crazy risk. Then
no, I get that for sure. It makes sense. Like even like getting JSN, we know how it's all going to play out. I feel very confident in him, but like, you know, that's more of like, hey, we need Gibbs, but it ain't going to happen. Again, we have to be realistic in these offers too. So what's the next one, Pete?
Daniels and Mahomes. This is the Christian McCaffrey team that he's trading with. So this is a team that's more open to trading.
So he wants to pick here. Man, if I can flip Josh Allen. Dude, damn. I'm saying, dude, I'll be like, dude.
Trying to get Daniels.
But he's trying to get younger, so he's not going to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, then I'll give you my first. Like, dude, it's not going to happen. We might have to go back.
Practicing today.
Is he?
I just got
finally?
the notification. Yeah, that's good news.
Till it gets bumped and that disc slips. All right, go next team, Pete, because we might have to go. We still have like the first and second team. There still might be a path there.
Yeah, we might have to go to the top.
Good old Alvin Kamara on a bottom 3 team, bottom 4 team. Tail old this time.
All right,
I feel like.
Let me ask this: Do we have a deep enough wide receiver room where we could say, okay, we'll give you Burrow and T, but we want Alvin Kamara and Travion Henderson with Bo Nix?
Okay, we're definitely deep enough to handle the loss, but then
are we getting enough back?
I don't. Bo Nix, Travion Kamara. Yeah, because I would much rather. I would take Travion over T Higgins. So yeah, and then it comes down. The difference is Kamara, the Henderson side slightly more goes to Bo Nix, and you're getting younger. I think it's fair. What worries about that, Garrett, is like we can't afford the receiver loss, but like we're still setting ourselves up long term for big time like failure. Like we're not gonna have we're not gonna have a receiving core in 2027, huh?
Yeah, we're taking on a ton of risk since we don't have as much. Like, you know, we can still ask for more. It says we're about 1,200 off. Do you ask for a Zay Flowers thrown in there? And do you think that would get done?
Probably not, because this person's he's just giving up. Travion, you took in the first. He's giving up Bo Nix. Again, these guys are in the contenders. They're probably not interested in older Joe Burrow, T Higgins, because the guy can't compete now. So I don't think there's a path there. That's what I said. I think we're starting to get a little too low. For us to even like.
If you'll entertain it though, I would throw that out there because I would love to get Henderson and you get an Alvin Kamara on your team. Or if Kamara doesn't work out, that's fine. I'll just take Henderson and I'll throw in something else other than Kamara to try to get that deal done.
Let's look at those first 2 teams. I think the first offer so far is the best one. Let's just see what they have here.
Baker, Love. Okay. He doesn't have the running back.
Oh, he doesn't.
He's got a lot of receivers too, like us.
This seems a
he's
little
young
like
though.
Would you label this as a faux contender, or is this still a?
This is a legitimate contender if it stays healthy. That's the tricky part because they have a ton of receivers. They're stacked there. But if he loses Bijan or Jonathan Taylor, they're in big trouble.
I'll tell you what, I'd be real interested in making this guy feel really good. I'm gonna kind of build off the bat what people perceive as a bad year for Jordan Love just because he was hurt, even though he finished like right around quarterback 17. Garrett, if I could revamp our running back, our receiver room to be younger, if I can get who you and I both believe in this year, Jalen Waddle and Drake London, if I can go Jordan Love, like here, I'm trying to offer him a better receiver or better quarterback in Jordan Love
And build up our wide receivers.
or Joe Burrow to Jordan Love and get younger at receiver, not like necessarily pivot off. Because that my biggest scare is like a receiving core is going to go downhill. So if we can turn Joe Burrow and Drake and T. Higgins and the Jordan Love, Jalen Waddle, and Drake London, then I'm excited. And I think he could afford to do that because one, he's getting T. Higgins, he's excited about it. He upgrades his quarterback slightly for somebody coming off of somewhat of a down year. And he still has Puka, Garrett Wilson, Justin Jefferson. So he's adding another young receiver. He's not even starting Jalen Waddle here. He's still got Judy. Does that interest you? Like, it doesn't fix our running back situation, but it makes that pivot of like now, even now, I could still potentially move now Josh Allen if need be as well. And we're getting a much better, higher ceiling receiver in Drake London.
I love that deal. I would worry if I were this team though, I'd be like, I'll give you the upgrade at receiver, but you're going to give me the upgrade at quarterback. I don't want to give you an extra receiver. So my counter back, if I was this team, would be Love and Drake London for Joe Burrow and T. Higgins. That would have been my counter if I was this team. I don't know if we could get Waddle thrown in. If we can, I mean, it's a slam dunk. I just don't know if we could.
I might like then maybe like we even throw in like I'm wondering if like we can, like what if we offered, because we really don't want Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Like, would you be able to do like what about Jordan Love, Drake London, and Jerry Judy for Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Tyreek Hill? I mean, Hill's 31, dude. A lot of bad vibes coming out of those press conferences.
Oh, for sure. There's definitely bad vibes. The nice part about Judy is we're in contender value right now. My guess is Judy's dynasty value is lower.
No, Waddle. I want Waddle. Sorry, not Judy.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay. So I meant to
say Waddle. Yeah, because I don't want. Gotcha. So instead of having Waddle and Tyreek Hill both on our roster, we give him. Gotcha. And I said, like you said, he might come back and say, "Hey, I'll give you Drake London and Love for that deal." But I think we can probably get Waddle and get a couple years younger again, and just give him Tyreek Hill to kind of like massage that. And then he's getting T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, and Joe Burrow. And he's got to be super excited about that upside, and you do too. But you're going to get 2 years younger at quarterback, I believe. You're going to get ridiculously younger at receiver and much higher ceiling tight end. Again, it doesn't fix our running back room, but
then you could easily take Waddle. If you got Waddle, you could easily take him and turn him into a running back, because there are some of those lower tier teams that they're not going to take Mike Evans off our hands. They're not going to take those old guys, but they would be interested in a Jalen Waddle for an Alvin Kamara or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that just interests me because, again, I'm trying to get Drake London on my rosters everywhere I possibly can. So what's the second team, Pete, before we move on? I think we've had a lot of offers out. Okay,
Berkeley, Connor, Warren.
All right, Garrett. Look at that sexy thing going on right there.
McCarthy?
It's definitely a sexy team. I know you want McCarthy for sure. Man, this guy would love Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase, but he's not going to want T. Higgins.
He's not going to want T. Higgins. But then do we not offer T and we move T for a running back? You know what I mean? If we can get a young.
Do you just do J.J. McCarthy and
Marvin?
I would try Marvin. If I can do J.J. McCarthy and Marvin Harrison for Joe Burrow, I would do that all day and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, because that would give him a really, really strong quarterback room.
And then it would not be hard because we'll have a plethora of receivers. We could easily trade one of those guys for a running back then.
Yeah, and then I'm looking to move T for like a running back, like that can give me. I need
like a Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, like the guy who's often wants the 21st. Like, dude, would you take T Higgins for Jacobs? Yeah. And then I feel really good. Definitely like Marshawn Lloyd hurting his hamstring again. Yeah, can't stay healthy. That really interests me there. Not Nico. Again, injury prone. I don't want two injury prone. You're not going to get CeeDee Lamb. You're not going to get Chase. I don't want Rice.
Might get done. What if it's Rice and Olave and McCarthy for Burrow? Doesn't feel like enough, but
no, we're taking way too much. I want the super high ceiling because we're still taking a risk on Marv, right? Like Marv has not established himself as a wide receiver one yet. We're taking a massive risk. We're taking a big risk on JJ as our quarterback too. If that falls out, we're effed. You know what I mean? So,
right.
But I like that. I mean, honestly, I would still do it. I would actually do that for Purdy too if I had to. Like if he's like, no, I love JJ, but I think he feels more comfortable keeping Purdy. But like, I think if I can get Purdy and Marv, like I'm literally just excited, but I'm chasing the upside of JJ. Like where like if JJ hits, like you win that trade by a massive landslide. I'd offer that. And I would honestly throw in Mike Evans if I had to. Like just if I had to.
All right. Well, that's we gave you a lot of ideas for that one, Gabriel. Hopefully you're able to get one of those deals done. Be able to shore up that running back room without having to mortgage your entire future.
Okay, this is Thomas's roster. It is a Superflex start. So it's a start 2 quarterback, though. So I don't think it's a Superflex.
It's a true start.
Yeah. Okay. It's a start 2 quarterback. 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 flex, 1 tight end, half point PPR. 3rd year and always near the bottom. How do I not get stuck in the middle of the pack? Love the Dynasty roster review. Randomly saw you guys on YouTube and immediately became a Dynasty Nerd Pro member.
Nice.
Let's go, Thomas.
My guy. Love it. All right. So here's what we're looking at here. This is a 2 quarterback league. We've got CJ Stroud, Brock Purdy, and unfortunately Deshaun Watson at quarterback. Running backs, Bijan Robinson, Josh Jacobs, J.K. Dobbins at running back. Got a lot of wide receivers here. Rome Odunze, Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Reed, Calvin Ridley, Adonai Mitchell, Christian Kirk. And then at tight end, we've got Dalton Kincaid and Travis Kelce. Picks-wise, we have our first over the next couple seasons. But it doesn't look like we have any picks in this year's draft because it looks like we still have not drafted quite yet. So no picks in this year's draft, but we do have.
He's got some thirds. He's 3.5, 3.12.
Thirds, but nothing significant.
Yeah, you're looking. You hope Ja'Cory Crossky Merritt falls there to 3.5. You swoop him up.
Sure.
If not, you're getting like Terrence Ferguson or like, Elijah Arroyo or Harold Fannin, some of those lines to add to your tight end depth. Best value.
Dynasty wise, we are in 8th place in contender mode. I'm guessing we're in a similar spot. Yep, we are in 9th place here. So, Rich, for me, when I look at this roster, and he says he does not want to be stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
And, our numbers kind of tell us that's exactly what this is. This is a team that's a little bit more stuck in the middle. Part of this is, for me, one, our receiving room is tough. Like, it's in pretty bad shape overall.
A lot of upside there. I mean, his whole roster could be the sneaky guy that sneaks in. Like his roster's got a lot of upside.
You need everything to hit in the wide receiver room.
Yeah,
every single thing.
Yeah, we got to move. We got to make some moves here. So everything's on the table here. Everything is on the table,
and that's exactly where I was going. I do think this is closer to a rebuild type of situation than anything else. Not because you couldn't get sneaky and do well, but right now there's just there's so much risk here, and you have 3 or 4 assets that teams would be dying to get right now. Specifically, your running backs, Bijan Robinson and Josh Jacobs. You can ask for the moon and the stars for Bijan Robinson right now, and somebody will pay it.
Yeah. So what I'm looking here to do is like what we always do. I'm trying to pivot off CJ Stroud for a tier down quarterback ADP value plus. I think this is a team that when we say turn it around, we can turn around pretty quickly. I think they compete in 26 if the right moves. If we make the right moves, they might be a playoff team even this year. I still like Dalton Kincaid's upside here for a 3rd-year breakout in Buffalo for 2025 if he stays healthy. We've talked about Calvin Ridley. Jaden Reed is what he is. I love the Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall stack. I think value-wise, I'm holding on to that. We're not moving that because I don't think we'll get the value back that we want in return. I think it's to outproduce its value. Same thing. You're not moving Calvin Ridley now. You're not getting the value you want on a Calvin Ridley as you would in season. But Rome's on the table. Again, it might be slightly valued. If we can hold on to Bijan here, like maybe we'll find a path for CJ Stroud where we can just add a running back and flip a receiver. Like if we can get a little bit more
open to that if it works. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm looking at our running backs, and I'm looking at some of the rookie running backs to see can we get plus
Yeah.
on top of some of these rookie running backs. Like that's what I would really like to do. So Pete, let's go through some of these teams here specifically at the top. Okay. Well, actually, wait, hold on. Go to the very first team there. They could really use another quarterback.
Yeah, but we need a quarterback too. And we don't want to like cut our legs off and like now we're desperately trying to get a quarterback back.
They need a wide receiver.
They
Yeah,
also
they do.
desperately need a wide receiver. This could be a great Calvin Ridley team potentially. Like you said, Rich, I'd prefer it to be in season, but I think this would be the perfect team to target for a wide receiver because this is your classic stars and scrubs team. Like Jalen Hurts and then Geno Smith, Achane McCaffrey, then Jordan Mason, Devin Singletary, like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Xavier Legette, Dante, like, and they don't have a tight end that they can trust. Like, so it's your classic stars and scrubs.
Yeah, I don't think there's a path here for me personally.
Also, this is the Calvin Ridley team though in season.
Yeah, in season.
Yep.
Really fast. He's wondering if Deshaun Watson has any value. No, right?
I mean,
Not the trade. You don't cut him. You sit on him and hope like
he's a good IR stash.
Yeah, he gets out of this. He gets released by the Browns. He signs somewhere and then he's good again. That's your best bet. And anytime it coming from the Browns, it's very possible. More likely than not that the Browns would pay him $250 million. He doesn't do anything, and he goes somewhere else, and he's like a playoff quarterback. Wouldn't surprise me the least bit. That's how my life works when I watch the Cleveland Browns. Number 2 team here. Okay, might be something here.
The problem with Justin Herbert and Jordan Love is I don't think most people are going to view CJ Stroud as an upgrade to either of those guys.
Yeah.
Maybe Jordan Love if you're lucky, but I don't think many people are viewing them much differently. So I don't think you're getting much of a plus.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Unfortunately, we've seen ADP, especially Nerds ADP, I guess the overall ADP kind of pivot to like how we feel about CJ Stroud. Which honestly,
he's like 10 right now in Dynasty ADP. That's not ours. We
I
have
can
him
live
at
with that.
13, I think.
Yeah, I mean the guys we're looking at would like again the move off CJ Stroud. It's probably gonna be like in that Jared Goff, Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, JJ McCarthy. Like that's where we probably like upgrade slightly for guys that we feel comfortable with.
What's this team with all the quarterbacks?
Yeah, that's where we really want to go.
It's the Mahomes Daniels.
It's just a great room. Keep
What
going.
about 7? They have a lot of quarterbacks seemingly too.
Allen Murray, Young, Rodgers.
Man. So actually,
Go back.
what I'm seeing is actually this league is all really close. Like there's actually not a couple dominant teams. They're all just kind of okay.
I'm hold on. Let me see this team, George Payton. Because I said, I mean, I would honestly be willing to pivot from CJ Stroud to Bryce Young if my plus was significant. Like that's a
huge risk.
It is, but I don't see anything here anyways. What about that JJ McCarthy team? Because he'd probably want something a more for sure thing of his team's right. No.
He needs to get Kyron Williams off this team.
Yeah, see, we want to try and mess with contenders.
Oh, he has 101, 102, 105. So this guy could see himself as a contender. If you put Genty,
if I give him CJ Stroud and Bijan for McCarthy 1-1. Who's our receiving core again? Because if I can get Ladd out there too.
Adunze, Ridley, Reed, Purcell.
Like this probably doesn't get done. Like CJ Stroud, Bijan Robinson, and Jaden Reed for what's that team again? JJ. You have JJ? Yeah, for JJ, the 1-1 and Ladd. I don't think it gets done. But like
I don't think it gets done, but he has 102 and 105 as well. People don't want to give up Genty, but Omarion or Travion is not a bad booty prize.
So CJ Stroud and Bijan for 1, 2, and 105 feels like we're selling ourselves a little short. I know he doesn't want to give up Genty, but he's getting Bijan, like a much better.
Yeah, you ask for a lot.
So McCarthy 101.
All right. Well, what if we offer Bijan? We let him keep. So what we hype him up? I got Bijan and Genty, right? But we throw Ladd in there. So CJ Stroud, Bijan, and Jaden Reed. And we want JJ McConkey 102 and 105.
Man. I love that trade where it shows that we would need to give up a tiny bit more, but I'm giving up whatever it takes to get that deal done, because that means at 105, I'm either getting Travion, I'm getting another quarterback in Cam Ward, I'm getting Tet McMillan.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting something good there.
Yeah, I agree. Because at 102, we're getting Hampton. So we offset Robinson with Hampton. We get a higher ceiling quarterback, in my opinion, in JJ McCarthy over CJ Stroud. If not, I can see them being equals. And then you're essentially getting.
And with
Jaden
putting
Reed,
us in rebuild, yeah, throw Travis Kelce into the mix. Like, you're welcome.
Travis Kelce, wouldn't you want to trade him to the that number 1 team though?
Potentially, I'd be open to that as well.
I would offer him Kenty. I would offer him Kelce for Brenton Strange straight up.
I would want more. I would want
Okay,
more.
in a second, and it's 27 second.
Like
211.
211.
211.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a perfect world, we get a deal done with that team. But if that's what it takes to get this deal done, he's like, you're pushing me into contender window. I want Kelce to feel better about my contender window.
No brainer.
Okay,
Take him.
like it's easy for me. I think this is a creme de la creme. Yes. Are we taking all the risk? 100% we're taking all the risk. But we're taking it on a first-round quarterback. We're taking it on a wide receiver that already showed that he has top 12 upside. And we're taking it on 2 top 5 players. Both, look, I don't care who's at 5. Like I said, if we know Omarion Hampton and Ashton Genty are gone, that means it's either Tet, Henderson, or Ward. Any one of those players, I'm thrilled to get at pick 5.
Yeah.
So I think this is a no-brainer if you can get this done.
And we're trying to give him the Bijan. The only way this works is if he gets super excited about having Bijan and Genty, right? Like, I can see him being okay on CJ Stroud. Like, but like, again, like, if this offer is presented to me, I would definitely say no. I would need more.
But
Like,
you're also one of the biggest JJ McCarthy fans.
Exactly. No, you're right. But like, yeah, you're right. I am big on JJ. So I am starting there, and you're right. I would give more on top to get it done. I would. That's my favorite.
I think that's
offer.
the best deal you could possibly make is right
Yeah, because then he gets he probably looks at it where now he's going to have Jaden Reed, Jalen Waddle. He might be worried about his receivers. What other picks does he have? Can we go down?
Yeah, he has.
Okay. I don't know if he had another one. Okay. He might be worried about his receivers, but like, dude, his running back room is getting such a massive upgrade. Like,
and at 2.5, you could still get a Luther Burden or a Jack Best or
Jaden Higgins potentially. Bash has looked really good these last couple of weeks at Pratt. Doing everything he does, like, he could body defensive backs and really bring the ball down. Yeah, I think
that's our best deal. If we can't get that deal done, is there anybody else that we can work with, Pete?
There's not a lot of opportunity out here for success. Look at the T-Law.
Some of the teams we were looking at, though, we didn't get to see their picks because I thought the draft had already happened. Okay.
This seems kind of interesting.
They think they're a contender. Look at that wide receiver room.
I know, but we're not getting
Look at that running back room.
That's a terrible room.
Yeah, this is the thing. We're not getting anything back off this team. Like, for the Stroud. Like,
what
we're just
picks does he have again?
103, 108.
103 is Henderson. Because Lawrence is one of the guys that we identified as a tear down.
Yeah, but like, what do we get? Like, we don't have.
Maybe it's not the Bijan deal, though. Maybe this.
No, it's not the Bijan deal for sure.
Yeah, maybe this is just the tear down. Could you give CJ Stroud and go back to our team for a second?
Here, let me just pull it up. What's the name? Okay.
Here, can I just see the roster?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
CJ Stroud, and I guess it all depends on how you feel about Rome Odunze. Would you rather Rome Odunze or would you rather Travion Henderson?
Oh, I wouldn't. I was thinking. I mean, I would want Travion Henderson. Like, I'm
so
all
would
in
you?
on Trey.
So I would maybe be open to offering CJ Stroud and Rome Odunze for Trevor Lawrence and Travion Henderson, or 103. I guess it could be Hampton too.
Now, like, our receiving room is bloody.
For sure, but you have running backs. It's not hard to get receivers when you have a Bijan Robinson, you have a Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
That will not be hard to turn those into some receivers.
Yeah, by week 3, Josh Jacobs will be a top probably 7 running back. You're gonna be able to trade him in season 2.
So that's a secondary deal. I love our first deal a lot more, but that's a secondary deal. If you're not able to get it done, that I would be totally fine doing.
I'd be totally fine with it. Like, I would be totally fine with that because I think Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud's a wash in my eyes. I'd actually prefer Trevor Lawrence and chase the upside than Stroud, and I'd much rather have Trevion than Rome. Nothing just on Rome, but like there's just a lot of uncertainty there.
There is.
That I would rather get my 3rd running back.
Yep.
What is that team that's number 2 again? I just want to see because they could really use Bijan if they could really.
Do they have a pick?
106.
106.
So that's Quinshawn.
That's Quinshawn or Hunter or Tet.
Yeah, but we would if we gave him Bijan, we need Quinshawn. I'm just wondering, like, because Bijan would be really interested into him. He's got those young receivers, man. Like,
would you do Bijan straight up for Drake London and 106? Would that be enough?
yes.
Okay.
I would do Quinshawn Junkins and Drake London for Bijan because I feel like Drake and Bijan are somewhat of a wash.
I'd ask for more, like a TJ Hawkinson thrown in, and see if I can get the excitement of Bijan to get me, because he's already got Trey McBride, so it's not going to hurt him as much. I'm trying to sneak in TJ Hawkinson as well.
Yeah, I'd offer him Kelsey back for Hawkinson.
There you go. There you go. I like that.
Yeah, I like that where it's
that's actually a really good deal. I like that quite a bit. Drake London, TJ Hawkinson, and 106, assuming that's Quinshawn or, best available player. And then we give up Bijan and.
Yeah, I think Bijan. So what do you say, Shane? Bijan
for London. Oh, Bijan and Kelsey for London, 106, and TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
It's a tight end premium.
I'd feel good about that.
Yeah. So I think that's 3 deals that we outlined. Some are bigger than others, and some involve more players than others. But I think all 3 of those involving, and then you still have Josh Jacobs to move and acquire some extra draft capital and stuff as well.
Or just roll with and see where the chips made.
Yeah, you might not be far away now. We might have taken you, even though we did a little bit more of a rebuild. Depending on which one of those deals you make, you might now flip into a little bit more of a contender.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Jacobs is he's top tier, like that tier 2 from points per game production for running back stuff like that. Lloyd's just hurt again, so I don't mind that deal at all. And I would be willing to flip, like if you wanted, like hey, and if you want CJ Stroud, I'll flip CJ just to see if you want CJ Stroud and that to get younger at quarterback. I would take Love or Herbert if you wanted to get young. I would casually mention that, like, hey, dude, I'm also willing, like, you're like losing out just to see, like, just to feel the waters, right? Like,
sure.
Just to dip my toe in front of Devin. Hey, dude, also on top of this, like, if you want to get younger at quarterback to make this deal happen, like, I would give you Stroud. Almost like you're like saying, like, hey, dude, like I'm giving this up for either Love or Herbert just to see if he's off on one of those guys, right? Just to see. Because if he's like, no, dude, I'm out on Stroud, simple enough. But, like, again, Stroud has his corner, right? Like a significant corner. I'd say at least 25% of Dynasty players are all in, like, on Stroud. So, like, if he's one of those 4, that might be something that, like, he gets excited about potentially. Yeah. And he has Nico Collins there too, so he might want that stack.
Oh yeah,
so,
that is. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like if I can make, like, hey, dude, if you want, I would say, hey, if you want to get younger at quarterback and you want that Nico stack, I'll also throw in CJ Stroud for Herbert or Love, whoever you want to give me. I would prefer both of those guys over CJ Stroud. So I would throw that in as a mentions, and then I'm like, hey, dude, yeah, I will do that for that Nico stack, and mention that Nico stack and getting younger.
That'll perk him up. Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just to see, and I like those deals. So yeah, I think those are some good offers we made.
All right, best of luck moving forward, Thomas. Appreciate you, man.
Okay, this is Ben's team.
Nice.
It's a super flex, half PPR, Not sure if the team is ready to go all in.
All right. Well, that's what we're here to tell you. So, looking at this team here, we have, and this is a super flex league, but it's not tight end premium. We've got Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, and Jimmy G might start, might not. We'll see. Running backs, Josh Jacobs. Not much else after that. Jalen Wright, Tyjae Spears, Jordan Mason. And then moving to receiver, we've got Puka, Nico Collins, Ted McMillan, Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, Khalil Shakir. And then at tight end, we've got Tucker Kraft and Jatavian Sanders and K. Dodden. Picks-wise, we have our first in 26 and in 2027. Although, did we give up our first in 20? Oh, no, there it is. Or we also have our first in 28 and some extra picks there in 2026. So for you, Rich, actually, before we do that, let's see where we're at in contender mode. I'm guessing, yeah. All right. So the quick answer to this question is no. I do not think this team is ready to go all in. And I think the GM agrees with that, obviously. It's exciting when you have some young assets on your team. You have a superstar in Puka and Nico and some of those guys. But realistically, to go all in, you need to have a top 3 team at least 3 of the 4 positions. If you don't have a top 3 team in at least 3 of the 4 positions, chances are you are not going to be a contender. And honestly, outside of wide receiver might be the only spot that you would have a top 3 team. And this is a feature we don't show enough, Pete. So I want to show this real quick. Yeah, so we're the number 2 team at wide receiver in contender mode. But where are we at the other positions? We're in 9th at running back. We're in 10th at tight end. And then we're in 6th at quarterback. So that's a neat little feature that we don't always highlight, but it kind of shows you really quick where you stack up with the rest of your league, Rich.
Yeah, 100. I use it all the time. I use this all weekend. I'm like, all right, I need to run. Who's strong at running? Who has the most running backs? Like, so I'll pivot that. I need a receiver. Like, I look at this mode, look at the charts, and then I'll just hit the receiver button to make it easier. Like, okay, who has the most? Like, who's the strongest? Like, that's where I'm going. I do that all the time. And you can do it where you mix them together. It could be running back and wide receiver, you know? You can do whatever you want. And I'm with you, Garrett. This running back room is way too light for me to even consider myself a contender. I am in on Tucker Kraft this year. I think I'd almost lock him in as a top 8 fantasy tight end. And I would say closer to 6 than 8 if it was me. So I like Jordan Love here. I like the Tucker Kraft. I like the Matthew Golden stack. I am looking for me, Garrett, I think this is a team that we can get ready to compete in 2026. And I think we do it by moving. And I think these are a lot of in-season moves. And I think we're moving big names to get a hair younger. I think Nico, Puka, Josh Jacobs, and Dak is all on the table. I think Dak's value is lower than it should be, where it will be come week 5 of the season. I think Dak's going to be probably a quarterback 1. If Micah's on the field, lock it in. They're going to be throwing the ball a ton, right? Like they're going to be throwing the football a ton. So I would love to. We need another running back. And again, I think Jacobs, his value is probably right now, but could even be potentially higher early in the season. Same thing with Dak. I want to move Nico or Puka, and I want to get an upside receiver with a running. You know what I mean? I want to get a 2-for-1 there. Like because I'm almost willing to stay put even and like compete because I think Ted McMillan is going to be sufficient to start year 1. I think he's going to be peppered with targets there in Carolina. I think he can give you wide receiver 2 numbers. I really do. Maybe they're low end, but like if he sees 140 targets and catches 102 balls for 1,100 yards, like he's flirting with high end wide receiver 2, low end wide receiver 1 numbers. So who needs a receiver there in contender mode that we're looking at over there? Like team 1, can we just go to team 1? They have C-Lane, TJ Moore, like
Xavier Worthy.
Running back. They don't have any running backs that we love. Team 2. They definitely use them, but I don't think there's. I wish he had like a number 2 quarterback. I would love to give like Drake London again. I would love to move off of Nico for Drake. Right? You know what I mean? Like I would love to make that move.
Joe Flacco just announced week 1 starter.
Oh yeah, it was
It's kind of what we thought, but it's official. It's good to see.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've been saying that since they've been starting camp. I would love to find a path here, Garrett, for like again, I would love to move off Nico or Puka, honestly, for Drake London, and those are both movable assets.
It's kind of a lateral move for a lot of people, but we like one enough that we would want to make that kind of move.
And that's the thing. Like, I would like to use that. Like, I would like to use that move to like upgrade our quarterback situation slightly, but this team doesn't have that guy.
Rich, I would also be open to trying to find like the Marvin Harrison Jr. team. And can I get Marv plus a pick?
Mm-hmm.
Like, to try to help us for the future as well.
No, for sure. I wouldn't mind like that. I'm just trying to, I just want to, like, we're going down here like in order. I'm trying to see if there's a path or any, like, here we go. Okay. Cam Ward, Saquon Bryant. He has Pacheco scattered.
Does he have any picks? Okay. If you tell this guy how good he is and how he's going to win the ship, do you think there's any chance that you could get Marvin Harrison plus a first if we gave Puka Nacua?
I would offer him Nico because he got CJ Stroud. He'd be way more.
Okay, Nico. Do you think there's any chance that happens? Or are we reaching a little too pie in the sky?
No, I think it's off the years coming off of he's like, man, I need Marv to be good, right? Yep. I would offer him Nico for Marv, and I want Marv, Cam Scatterboo, and his 27 first.
And if
we gotta get back more.
A little bit.
We gotta get back. We gotta get back more.
Yeah. What's our team again? You throw in a Khalil Shakir might help get the job done, or a Jaden Reed, or something like that.
What if we offer him our 27 second and Nico for Marv Scatterboo and Marv and Scatterboo and his 27 first?
We do not have 27 second.
Our 26 second. So he gets a year. We're asking for his 27 first. We're giving him a second, so he's tearing up in the very next year. I'm throwing it out there to see again. I mean,
I'd be open to it. The only bummer is if his pick is 12 and ours was 13. That would be the only part that would be.
But it's not going to be. Our team's not that bad. Our team's not. We're not talking about a bottom of the roster team here.
It's another team's second.
Oh, even better then. Yeah, done and done.
We're that team in contender though, because I'd rather offer our second because I don't think our team's a bottom of the barrel team unless the other team's like ranked really high in contender.
It's actually his second.
Oh, he gets his own back.
Perfect. Oh yeah.
That's a dream scenario.
Oh yeah.
So that would be Puka plus his
Nico
20. Okay.
Because he's got CJ Stroud.
He's got Stroud.
There we go.
While you're pulling that up, I want to do a better job. I mentioned in the last show, I want to do a better job of interacting with the chat. So Isaac, he put in here, needs some help with the trade. CMC and Ridley for T. Higgins, Scatterboo, and Tracy. We're not going to have time to get to it, but you guys can. So put ones in the chat if you would rather have the CMC and Ridley side. Twos in the chat if you would rather have the T. Higgins, Scatterboo side. So do that. Help our guy Isaac out there. Rich, let's get back to this trade.
Yeah, contender, I'm taking CMC there.
And then what else with the 26 first or 27 first?
27 first is what we want.
27 first.
And we're going to give his 26 first back or 26 second back.
And we want
Scatterboo as well.
Yeah.
If we can get it.
Yeah, I want the running back upside of Scatterboo just to have it.
Chris, so you can either scan the QR code upper right to get a roster put in. We're only accepting nukes today, but if you do a regular roster rescue, it'll just get kicked to the next show. Or there's a link in the description to submit a roster.
Yeah, I like this offer. I mean, because we're good enough at receiver, we can afford the risk here of Marv, and I like adding that 27 draft capital and add a little bit more depth to our running back room.
What if we can't get Cam? What if it's only Marvin Harrison and his 27 first? And he's getting back his 26 second in Nico Collins. What if that's all we could do?
I don't love it as much. I know it sounds so stupid with like a second round pick of Cam Scatterboo, but I like Cam Scatterboo enough where I don't.
would you then throw in our second to get Scatterboo? Because I think
No.
I think the other one might be asking a little too much. Try it. You can always have him counter.
Yeah.
Try it and see. But I think this is probably more realistic.
I think I would do it if I had to, just because like
Okay.
I want the extra first, because like we're gonna have to find, because you know what that does, Garrett? Then that puts me in position. If I have 227 first, I'm then aggressively shopping my 26 first for a running back. You know, like
And you're also you're just looking at the economics of fantasy football. I'm selling Nico at probably what is his all-time high.
Yeah.
And I'm buying Nico or at Marvin Harrison, which what could be very much so his all-time low until he's in his 9th year in the league.
yeah, maybe though. The thing
Maybe.
here is like
We're
we're
taking a
taking
risk.
way more risk just to move up in the first round a little bit. You know what I mean? But like
we're doing it in a year that we like better. As
I
well.
agree. No, I and it's a late it's late second for a 27 first. So
And Nico's no slam dunk either. As much as I love him for
Yeah.
this year, he's similar to T, where the injuries do concern me.
yeah, a lot of soft tissue issues, same leg consistently, hamstring, every single time. So I would ask for Scatterboo. If he says no, like I would repropose it without Scatterboo then. And then if he says no, then there's just no path for a deal there.
Yeah, because I'm not going any lower than this.
Who else? Let's just go down a little bit more. It's a nukes. We got to give him a couple more options just to see. Tyrone Tracy, Russ Wilson, Drake May. Well, this is our team. No, it's not. Who are our quarterbacks again? I thought we had Dak.
Allen Burrow. This is the wrong league. Thank you for catching that.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, these teams
that's
are
our
so
team.
different.
There we go.
Okay.
So that's the next team.
Wait,
So
what?
our team's team 8, though, right? We're team 8.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. So go back to the other team. Let's see. T Law, K Walker, Kyron, Quinshawn.
No,
He could use a receiver.
he could, but what would we get back that we would want? Unless you're in on Travis Hunter. Travis makes me really nervous. I
do too.
could be dead wrong, but I'm very nervous.
I'd be more in the George Pickens Dak stack on that. Like
On
again,
that.
there-
Big
Right.
first or a big plus then.
yeah, we need a big plus. Again, I'd rather not do that because that's the strength of our team, and I don't want to weaken it so drastically with like just chasing like pieces. So next team.
On that note, with Travis Hunter, or at 4 p.m. today,
Ooh, nice.
he went pretty high.
Yeah, these guys are crazy. Did you hear my comment in there, Pete? I'm like,
Oh, I loved
there
it.
so he wouldn't go so high.
I might have been saying the same thing while I was editing it.
All right.
Nothing here. There's some like I'd like to find a Ricky Pearsall path. I just don't see it to better our running back situation. I just don't see it.
Cook and Connor, the James squad. James K. Dobbins, right?
James K. Dobbins.
There's something here.
Is that a Mecca that you're kind of looking at?
Looking at Mecca, I feel like this team feels like they could compete. Could we go back up as receivers because he's old? Like if we can get Penix and a Mecca, and we're giving him Dak and like Nico. Not yeah, he has Devontae.
Honestly,
Akua.
I don't think you need to give him Dak. Like he'll want a quarterback back, but Penix and a Mecca for a quarterback or for Nico is pretty fair. If not, I don't even know if we're getting quite enough.
Yeah,
based
I know.
on
That's what I was
where
thinking. Like if we could overhaul, like we get a whole bunch of draft picks. That's what I was thinking. If we throw him, if we give
so
him
he gets the draft
Dak,
pick with it.
yeah, we chase the upside of Penix, and we because Dak doesn't run as much anymore, and I think Penix isn't going to really run. Like, can we get like a lot? Like, dude, here's Nico and Dak. Like, I'm propelling you. I want a Mecca.
Mecca's right
I
above.
want
him.
Mecca and Penix, and I want your 26 and 27 first.
I mean, he's still technically winning that by 1,500 points, but that's
I
wouldn't accept that offer if I was him.
I don't think I would either.
I would do
Like a James Cook.
We're taking
I
a
could
massive risk on Penix, though, like a massive risk.
I would take a first and a second with that deal.
Yeah, I think so. I want his 27 first, though.
I know that says we're losing the trade, and it's because of how we value the picks typically.
I don't love this.
I don't either.
We're taking so much risk, and I believe it in Mecca, but no, I don't love it. I don't want 2 firsts to get it done. That's the only way I'd do this trade. If I get 2 firsts.
All right, throw it out. I doubt you'll get it done, but throw it out.
Probably not. But it's part of the dynasty, right? Like you throw things out there that like I want to
every once in a while they stick.
Yeah, there's trades you throw out there like, dude, no way he's gonna accept it. Or like you see something in your mailbox, you're like, dude, is that real offer? Like, I didn't accept that quick. Like every league is its own ecosystem. So like that's what I would want. Like otherwise from that team, because again, you can only deal with the structure of what that team has to offer. Like you're taking all the risks, and you're putting that guy in a position to feel like he's gonna win. He's getting Nico. Like again, we're giving up Nico Collins. Like this isn't like some chump change we're throwing around here. Like this is a massive. And when you like I said, you and I are in on Dak. So they give him Dak and Lamar to go with Nico and Amon. He needs a younger receiver. He's got old receivers. Emeka's probably not helping him right away. So he needs help right away, even though I think Emeka could. We're not asking for any of his running backs back. And we're getting 2 first-round picks. And again, now that puts us in position as well to kind of stay in the middle. But now we have 4 draft picks to really.
If you can get the 2 first, I would throw back a second as well if that's his counter.
I would if I had to
do that.
All right, next team. Kind of just walking down here. Bucky, Javante,
JJ.
Jamar, JJ, but he can use Nico. But like, what are we getting back? Not
no
like
receiver that we'd want back, and
there's not like this guy could really use Nico too, and we could easily get JJ for Dak. Who's our other running back?
If you're a rebuilding team, would you just do Dak for JJ?
Yes.
I would offer him Dak for JJ straight up just to see.
Yeah.
I'd actually offer him Khalil Shakir because he needs receiver help. Khalil Shakir and Dak for JJ. I like Khalil Shakir, but I would offer him Khalil Shakir. He could use a bit of running back.
He does have Keon Coleman.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it gives him the for sure lock up of who the wide receiver one is in Buffalo. Right?
Throw in Josh Palmer too.
Yeah, if you have them, yeah,
Take
throw him in. Just get younger at quarterback.
Here's Elijah Moore. You're welcome.
Side note: Jarquez Hunter is a free agent in this league.
Oh, pick him up.
You should not
Drop Sean Tucker. Pick up Jarquez Hunter.
Are you wanting Ben Sinnott over
Franklin.
Jatavian?
I would want Ben Sinnott over Darren Waller.
Yeah.
And Restrepo's on the waiver wire. There's a couple.
Yeah, there's some decent names out there.
Troy Frank. I mean, he's had a good camp. Sean Tucker can get off your roster though. Honestly, I mean Tyler Algier can go for me too. To be honest with you.
No, Tyler Algier, you got to keep. If something happens to be,
yeah, I know. Sometimes a Bijan, he's fine. I get it. Yeah, I know. Just
his value goes.
Okay, Jimmy G can go.
There you go. All right,
if he plays, no good.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up this one. Best of luck moving forward, man. I think you got some good pieces. A tweak or two here and there, you'll be in a much better spot.
That last team I'd have offered him. I gave up Nico for Trevion and Chris Olave. For Nico.
Man, I want to like Olave more than I do that.
I like Henderson enough. That's why.
I do. I know. I love Henderson.
I'm in, baby. I'm in. I'm like everything he's done in camp and in preseason. Again, on top of the tape I watched. I want to really remember. If you're not listening, you're like, oh well, Rich is in on some preseason. No, Henderson was my number 2 running back in this class on tape. I had him ahead of Cam Ward, same tier, but Trevion Henderson was my number 2 ranked player in this class. And then when Hampton and then Ward went 1 overall and watching Ward's tape, and then Hampton went, I moved Hampton and Ward into Trevion's tier, but Henderson is my number 2. So I'm all in on Henderson. So Nico, if I can get Chris Olave in the upside and the way our receiving room looks and get Henderson, our biggest hole here there on that team is running back. So we're just flipping Nico for a young stud running back, and then we're getting the upside of Olave. We can handle it because we're young. We still have Puka. We have Ted McMillan there. We got some Matthew Golden. We got Jack Best. So like for me, that last team, if I can get Henderson and Olave, I know it was real quick, but I saw it. My eyes were like locked in on there and embedded. Like when you stare at that picture of something for too long, you stare at that center dot and then you look away at the wall and you can still see it. That was me.
All right. Well, want to remind you guys real quick, if you guys see all of this and you're like, hey, I would love to get in on this action. I want to have the Dynasty GM. I want to have all of the tools that you guys offer. There's two ways to do it. One, right now we are offering a promo code up until the first game kickoff. So on September 4th, 30% off. 30% off. Huge, huge deal. We don't.
Surely that must be wrong.
It is not. It is correct. If you use promo code YouTube30, we'll give you 30% off of the GM. It's 30% off your first payment. So if you want to go month to month, you'll save a couple bucks in your first month. The way to really maximize this offer, though, is to do the season-long deal. You get the full year, calendar year, 12 months. If you use YouTube 30, you'll get 30% off. Or you can also join our Fast Draft partner. If you scan that QR code, put in $10. That's all you have to do. Put in $10 on Fast Draft. Play in a draft, which right now I'm doing a bunch of the rabbit drafts. Play in a draft right now. Then you can also get our entire collection of everything we do, including the GM tool that you're seeing here, for just that $10. Now, that's not available everywhere. So the YouTube 30 might be a better deal for you. Whatever works, but both of those are great ways to get involved with what we have going on.
Yeah.
Also, last but not least, if you're like, hey, I don't want a full roster rescue, but I really do want you guys to answer my trade question, go ahead and just put us a little super chat, and we'll make sure to get to your trade question.
Yeah, if Fast Draft's not in a state where, like, again, just opened up in New York. So if you're in New York, it's open to you now. You get everything we said. You see the app, what the app could do, right? We play with it all the time on these shows. You get the app. You get the film room if you get in the year. So if you're into watching rookie tape, just let everybody know, if you're not familiar with us, we have the #1 film room in the business. Like, literally every fantasy analyst you could think of, like, they come to our film room in the off season, because we have the largest rookie film room. It's basically cut up so you can watch entire games in 5 minutes. You only watch every snap that player is playing on that you watch of. The big thing I want to promote is that we have it coming here in a couple weeks. Hopefully, I'm hoping to have it done by kickoff week. Sometimes development gets delayed. It could be week 2, but for the price of admission, what you're going to pay with that YouTube 30 promo code, 30% off, or $10 for Fast Draft, we have a data hub coming, and the data hub alone is going to be the worth of the price of value. How much people charge for these data hubs is less than all our subscription if you paid full value. It's going to be that good. So we have a data hub coming. The film room, like we saw that comment, is my favorite thing ever. Like, when I was building north stuff of the site, I was like, all right, guys, we have to build a film room. Like, that was my number one. That was like one of the first things I started building for the Nerd Herd before the app even. I had the film room built because, like, that's what I use. I use it all the time. So much value. All right, what's the next team?
Hey, it is Devin's team.
Oh, hey, Dev. What you got cooking over there on the roster?
1 quarterback, 10-teamer, start 10. They have kickers, though, so it's probably start 9 then.
Garrett, real quick. Finally, for 5 years straight, in that old league, I said it, like the 15-year-old league that we just had our draft on Sunday, we've started kickers and defenses forever because it's so old, so it's old school.
Right.
For the last 5 years, I have put it to a vote to get rid of kickers and defenses singularly. Defenses are still there. Finally, we got rid of kickers this year. The vote passed. We have no kicker. I had good kickers too. So I still didn't care. I had good kickers.
Great success.
No more kickers. Much success.
Sorry. By the way, deciding vote probably had Justin Tucker as their kicker.
Probably. By the way, we have had over 700 people check in on this live stream. We have currently, just on YouTube alone, over 50 people watching, but only 13 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button for us, guys. Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
All right. So this is a PPR league. We are currently in 6th in Dynasty mode. It looks like we have 1 Goliath against 9 Davids is what we look like here.
I like their odds.
Put that little bish in contender mode real quick before we go through the roster. I just want to make sure I got to be very clear where we're competing against. Oh, same guy up there.
Same guy.
All right. We'll have to look at his roster next, because that's what we're going, because our roster doesn't look strong from this point of view.
All right. So in a 1 QB league, we have Bo Nix, Brock Purdy, Jackson Dart, Shador Sanders, Joe Flacco. Running backs, Kyron, James Cook, and Javonte Williams, and then some upside guys in Braylon Allen, Ray Davis, Woody Marks. And then in wide receivers, we've got Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jamison Williams, Michael Pittman, and Jack Besh. Then at tight end, Dalton Kincaid, Kyle Pitts, Mason Taylor, Isaiah Likely. There's a lot of upside on this team, but we have no.
Oh no, you did it wrong. Wow.
That's why you get a roster rescue though. That's why you do it.
Oh no, we are in a hole.
We are.
We need our picks back because you, one, are facing a Goliath, first of all. And two, your running back is more shallow than a fresh puddle. Like it is not looking good. Good starters, but like,
yeah.
Can we get a little look? Can we get a look at the supermodel up front? Can we get a little peek behind the camera? Jaden Daniels, okay. Trey McBride, okay. Bijan Gibbs, Brees, yeah. Brian Thomas, okay. The receivers aren't. Well, they got Calvin and Tebow. They'll get through there. That's their weakest.
Travis Hunter is kind of a. Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter is kind of a.
Wow, the receiving core is not that great, actually.
It's really not, but everything else is sexy.
Yeah, Trey McBride, Jaden Daniels, and Jameer Gibbs and Ashton Genty and Bijan will beat you by themselves. Like,
all right. What does that main team have though? Because we might have a receiver for that.
Yes, Garrett, we are on the same page because he has Travis Etienne and Kenneth Walker, and he's got Trevion Henderson too. Holy shit!
You chose his picks, Pete. We need to see his picks. All right, he's got a first and 26. That's
a projected early first.
Dude,
my bad.
Can we go back? Holy testicle Tuesdays! That guy's running back room. Like,
it's one of the best running back rooms I've ever seen.
It is the best running back room I've ever seen. He's got Kenneth Walker and Trevion Henderson on the bench. Yep. We need a running back, and he needs a receiver.
Problem is, I don't have any I want to give him.
And because we're dead in the water after we give up.
Yeah, because like we're not giving. All right, would you do this? Like, would you do a Chris Olave and one of our two running backs for Travion plus something?
I mean, he doesn't need a running back.
He doesn't.
So pick 110.
Chris Olave is not going to get us Travion Henderson, and I'm not giving him Wilson or London. And so we think we're at the point where we need to start splitting our elite assets. Are we at
what's
that
the
point?
Goal with this roster?
We got to get our
to
picks
compete
back?
Or is it just getting picks back and just rebuild
He's
and
not
blow it up?
Dude. He's not competing.
Specifically,
he's not beating that team.
No. So do we even need a running back then?
If it's Travion, sure. If it's an older asset, then no.
Yeah, we got to find somebody else that thinks they get foolishly. We got to find our picks. I'm with you. But it sounds like we probably just gave them up. But we don't have any rookies on our team either, which is weird. So this must be old trades.
So we're Nebraska Pony Express. This might be just like a Venmo someone and ask him how much your pick's worth. So this
Nebraska
one has 26.
Pony Express, Nico.
So that's our 26.
And they can use a running back.
27 is on this team.
All right, let's start here. We're lucky to get us 10-team, Garrett, so everybody thinks they can win.
Yep, absolutely. And that makes picks even more valuable, even though seconds can be a lot more valuable because they're like late first, some of those.
So, yeah, this team has the second as well.
All right, go back up.
27.
I'm telling this team, because their receivers are pretty sexy, I'm telling this team, bro, with a couple pieces, you can compete with that top team. I'm hyping him up.
I'm offering Kyron Williams. I'm taking the loss on 26 and let my 26 first be high. I don't care.
I think so too. I think we're in the same boat.
I want my second back in 27 and those 227 first, and I'm telling them because it's 2 years away, and I'm offering him Kyron Williams.
I don't think you're going to get 2 and a second, but I think if we add something to Kyron,
he needs running back help. Offer Jarquez Hunter and Javonte Williams.
Yeah,
Woody Marks is also
or
been
if he wants
getting
Braylon Allen because he thinks he might start this year.
I'm holding Woody Marks just in case. I think Braylon Allen's going to get. I think Braylon Allen and Woody Marks could potentially be really good in-season moves.
Okay.
Braylon could be the potential to get you a 26 first, like potentially. If he,
I just don't think we're getting 2 firsts and a second for Kyron. I think we're first too heavy on that. We
okay, 2 firsts.
I think you get a first and a second for Kyron. I don't think you're getting 2 firsts.
In
Especially if it's your
27?
own. If it's your own back, they're saying, bro, you're telling me
this guy wants to win. No, you're not. There's no way I'm giving up Kyron Williams for some random 27 first. There's just even
it's
if
not random. It's our own.
I know, but like I don't know, man. Like that's undervalued.
And,
I mean, we got a first.
Second, I'm not saying 1, but would you pay 2 seconds for Kyron Williams?
If I'm a contender, you just signed
You're giving
2 years.
Their first back.
What do we have?
The nice thing too is that second's going to be high, so that's a late first.
It is a late first. Yeah, okay, our first and our second back, and that's the thing. Like our first and our second back for Kyron. God damn it, dude! Like I don't.
Could you trade James Cook for your 2026 first?
I think I'm just counting that as a loss at this point. Like if I can get it, sure, but I don't know that I would want just one.
This guy has it, right?
Yeah, he has the 26 first.
I'd also want a first and a second.
Yeah, I want a first. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Let's go down to the studs. 26, my 26 first back and his 27 second. For more ammo there for James Cook.
Yep.
And then the other team, Kyron Williams for my 27 first and 2 seconds. My 27 second and his 26 second. Is what I'm asking for Kyron.
Yep.
Ooh, David Bell sighting. Haven't seen him around.
That's hilarious.
There's NFL.
So yeah, so basically if we were to give up both of our running backs, James Cook and Kyron Williams, we'll be getting back 2 firsts that should be top 2, if not the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
And we're getting 2 seconds with one of those being extremely, extremely high.
And then go back to our team. Then we have Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Olave. And Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to that team that has all those running backs for Olave.
Would you give up Olave, Jamison Williams, and I don't know, almost anything else on the team, Kyle Pitts or whatever, to try to get Travion?
I would offer him. Honestly, I would offer him. With our receiving core, the way it looks in the picture we're getting back, first I'm doing the first 2 trades, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would see if I can get Garrett Wilson in his first in 27.
We have Garrett Wilson.
I mean, Trevian, offer him Garrett Wilson. But do we really want to get a running back?
I don't feel like we have to. I'm just saying what he would be willing to do because we're not going to get a wide receiver off of him. We could try to get picks. This go into contender mode. Where's this Cresco guy?
I would take Colston Loveland and Trevian Henderson for
he's 8.
Wilson.
Okay, so that's not a bad pick then. 8 out of 10.
For which one?
The first that top team has in 26. It's Cresco's team, and that team is 8th in contender mode.
Yeah, he's not winning all.
This team looks kind of good though.
It's actually not terrible. It's the receiver core.
More,
and if it's all depending on Christian McCaffrey going nuclear.
Could we offer him Garrett Wilson? Again, this is a team that has so much capital. I think they need a receiver so bad they might be willing to like slightly overpay. And then, Henderson doesn't mean anything to them for just he's not even starting them. Can we offer him Garrett Wilson? He desperately needs Garrett Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I'd want Trevian Henderson.
In that first and 26.
Who's our tight end?
Pitts, Kincaid, likely.
Never mind. I don't want Colston Loveland. And we have Taylor too. No. Yeah, I want the other teams first. That's 2 first for
That's
Garrett
what I'm
Wilson.
shooting for. If he says, I don't know, that's too expensive for Garrett Wilson, what would you be willing to, or would you be willing to add anything on top?
No.
Okay.
No, he's a contender. He's got slightly overpay. I'm making it see like he needs that. He needs it more than we need it. Like we don't need Trevian. Because honestly, like there's a chance if Trevian goes nuclear, then we could just pivot off him and get even more draft capital. Because then if I really want to do this first, before I do anything, like I want to make those first 2 trades first to make sure we even want Trevion. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, like, we're not adding a third running back to our roster and getting rid of a receiver. That's bad news. Listen, it's got to start. Everything we do has got to start there. It really does. It has to start with getting our picks back. And I think, honestly, those offers that we're asking for those teams are more than fair. Like, we're offering James Cook just signed an extension. Kyron just signed an extension. Both are pretty much locked in for 2 years on teams where both guys were running back once. So that's why I'm saying we're somewhat selling ourselves a little bit short by just getting a random first back with a second. Like, okay, it's not random, it's our first, so it's higher. But again, like, now we have to use those picks on like a Jeremiah Love or another running back. Sure. So we're just all we're doing is pivoting and we're taking all the risks for a second. Like, that's why I want like 2 seconds. Like, I don't overly love that because we're giving 2 for sure starting running backs that just finishes running back ones. Kyron coming up back-to-back years as running back ones. Both running backs I want to move off of, but like, we're helping those teams.
You don't love getting the second, but this is a 10-team league. Those seconds are much. I know
valuable. They are much more valuable. And like I said, 27. Like, that's why for Kyron, I want the 2 seconds. I'd almost want 2 seconds back. You know what I mean? Like, for what we're giving. That's what I'm asking for out the gate is 2 seconds. Because the one, like, hey, dude, I don't know about that. Like, dude, well, the one you're just using on the running back. Like, we're swapping. Like, I'm taking all the risk here. Like, I need the seconds, dude. Like, what are we doing otherwise?
Yeah. Any other deals to look at here? I think that's about it. Yeah, we talked about the 2 running backs. We talked about the Garrett Wilson deal. I think those are some good offers to go after.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, Sir Brooks says Josh Allen plus Olave plus Monty, or Joe Burrow plus Cook and Jacobs. I'm assuming that's James Cook. Is this super flex? I'm assuming this has got to be super flex, right?
If it's not, easily Burrow.
It's the Burrow side slam dunk if it's not. If it's 1 QB, it's Burrow side easily.
If it's super
flex, that's more difficult. But I still think it's the
Burrow side. Yeah, I'll take the Burrow side.
Yeah, I think
Burrow offers more. I know it sounds stupid again saying it, but
it's 1 QB. Oh, smash then.
Oh, yeah.
Smash Burrow, Cook, Jacobs side.
Yeah, smash that. Because Burrow offers more long-term upside the way he plays the game than Josh Allen. Like, Burrow is the kind of quarterback with his arm and the way he plays the game can play easily at 37 years old, at like a high level still, compared like Josh Allen's number one attribute is like, his rushing ability. Got a wicked strong arm too, but like we see guys like a good comp for Josh Allen is Cam Newton. Like, remember how elite Cam Newton was, NFL MVP to Carolina Super Bowl that year. Like, when you lose the rushing upside, some of those guys, like Joe Burrow does it now at a high level just with his arm. Josh Allen's there at a high level strictly because of his rushing upside too. You know what I mean? So like, if we lose a little bit of that, he's going to fall back a little bit. Not he's like bad, but getting those 2 running backs completely offsets that 1 QB. I'll do it either way, but yeah, Burrow side.
All right, there we go.
Okay, so this is a roster review from Jason. He says, this is a thank you as much as a roster review. I've only been playing Dynasty for 1 year, started listening to all your podcasts and roster reviews since February, and just had a startup draft for this. This is his 2nd Dynasty League. Main question is, how aggressive should I be in strengthening my RB room to go for the title? Should I push for trades before the season starts?
All right, so this is a recent startup. So as you can see, all the teams are fairly close in a new startup. Superflex, tight end premium, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Jackson Dart, Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers. So potentially 5 starting quarterbacks there, although some are short-term and some are riskier. Running backs, Cam Scatterby, DeAndre Swift, Dylan Sampson, Braylon Allen, Woody Marks, Jonathan Brooks. Then at wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Chris Godwin. Then at tight end, we have both TJ Hawkinson and George Kittle. Picks-wise, we did not give up any draft assets to get the number 1 team. So if you can leave your startup not giving up any draft assets and have the number 1 team, you have to feel pretty good about that, Rich. This team is number 1 in dynasty mode, number 3 in contender mode, But Rich, for me, we talked about this on the Nerd Herd episode recently. I'm totally good in startups being aggressive.
Yeah.
And your wide receiver core is absolutely sexy. This is a tight end premium. You have TJ Hawkinson and George Kittle. That's why you take best player available, because now you have in a special trade chip to offer teams that don't have tight end help. You have all your picks. So I do think this is a scenario that I would be willing to cash in some chips to try to get myself far and away the number one team.
Yeah, 100%. Go start with team 6. We're like this for me. Our players are safe. We're trading draft capital here, right here. I'm offering this guy my first and second and 26 for Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Yep.
Right out the gate, first and second round pick. You're paying
easy.
More than fair market value for Christian McCaffrey. You get the high upside in McCaffrey. He's the exact kind of player you need. This guy can afford it. He has no receivers. We're not giving. If he asks for a receiver, no, bro. Like I'm offering the first.
What if he's interested in Hawkinson? Would you do hot?
It's
what's that?
It's a half point premium.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he
what
would.
if it's Hawkinson in a second?
Hawkinson second for McCaffrey. I would do that. But I'm just offering the first instead and keeping Hawkinson if I can. If he wants that, like I'd want Brenton Strange back and like give someone else back. I need a second tight end.
Okay. Yeah, I'd have no problem with that. The nice part is if he's interested in Hawkinson, everyone's interested for the most part in a 27 first. Some people like Hawkinson, some people don't. So that would be the nice part. If he is interested in him, then
Yeah, I'm in a Hawkinson by the way too. So like I don't want to really give him up in a tight end premium. What about like these other top two teams? Like I'm just looking for running. It's a startup, so I'm just looking who has a running back depth that wants to like get off a guy and get some extra draft capital.
He's probably
Really fast, Cody. What do you mean Chad is skipping?
Skip to my Lou.
Go to the first team then, because we're not getting like I'd give a first for Alvin Kamara there if I had to, but he's not going to do it. We have Braylon Allen. I would love to find a path here for Breece Hall. Who's our running backs?
Even though it's are Swift, Sampson, Scattaboo, Allen, Woody Marks.
We don't have anybody to get back without creating a bigger hole, and Allen's too much of a need. We need Swift, but we need a running back. What about team 10? We still have to look at team 5.
Saquon, Jacobs, Dobbins, Warren. What about the next two teams?
And we didn't look at team 5 either. They have some running backs.
Genty, Cook, Judkins. Cook, somebody that could be available. How do you feel about him after the new deal? Obviously, you feel good about getting the new deal. We do expect touchdown regression, though, possibly for James Cook. He had an absurd year there.
Absurd. 4 total, and then like 19. Yeah, it's regressions inbound.
Yeah. So what's he worth to you, though? Like, because he's probably somebody on a team like this that could be acquirable. They're a young team overall.
First and 2 seconds.
First and 2 seconds? Okay.
I think that's like what I would take for him if I want to move him. You know what I mean? Like I'd be willing to. Because again, I want some up. I'm chasing all the upside. If I'm just giving him straight up, I think I want a first in 2 seconds. I'm not going to get 2 firsts for him. Can we look at team 5? Hampton, Taylor, Brian Robinson, Fonte. Damn, dude. Again, it's a startup, so it's a little harder.
Yeah,
I think that McCaffrey deal is the best.
Even, especially with Brian Robinson now being questionable, they're going to be less likely to give up anybody else.
What was team 10 and 11 again? Sorry.
Saquon and Jacobs.
Like, I would love to know what he wants. He's starting. He obviously has Jalen Warren in his lineup. I would love to see, like, who's his next team? Yeah, like he's starting again. He's starting Quinshon, so it's like giving him up doesn't really help him for draft picks. This is, you know what this is going to be? This is probably honestly like you might if you can't pull off that McCaffrey deal, you're gonna have to wait until like week 6 when a team's like 1-5, you know. And
James Conner could be a cheap option.
I would need Trey Benson back too.
Yeah, I would want Trey Benson as well just to secure that room. Would you give 2 seconds for Conner and Benson?
I don't think it would get it done. I would easily do that.
I also
listen,
would hesitate giving him a first.
with our team here in 12 team, Garrett, like I'm way less concerned about like getting real value back for our first. Like I'm willing to looks like publicly lose the trade to secure our running back room so we can win. Like I'm not as concerned about like the real value. Like 2 seconds, like that doesn't get done. Like for Trey Benson and James Conner, I would pay our first in 26 straight up. Like I would do that.
I'd offer the seconds first though and see if that gets it done.
I don't think it gets it done, but I would offer that. I mean, if I had to pay that, like again, I want McCaffrey first. Like I would throw in 2 seconds on top of the first if I had to. Like I want McCaffrey. I think if we want James Conner, and here's the thing: if we want James Conner and Trey Benson, they had to be literally split in shares by week 5. This team's like 1-4, and then we might be able to get it done because like neither of them are like really producing a high level, and then they don't help us as much. You need one of those guys like James Conner to go down or something, or Trey Benson.
They have a tight end
clips.
Ferguson, Warren, Hunter Henry.
I think like for here, Garrett, like I think what I'm doing is like I'm kind of like waiting for the value to present himself, or somebody suffers a big injury, they feel like they're out and they want that first, where the first is more valuable to them, and we're just getting a running back straight up. I don't think
I hear you. I do worry about our starting lineup though, because we could get behind the 8 ball with literally having no points in our running back room. Like Swift's
who's our running back room again? There's somebody there who I felt
Swift and nobody else that we can start right now.
Scadaboo, Sampson, Marks, Allen.
We got to at least get one other guy for week 1.
Yeah, we're gonna put right now. It's without Junkins, Sampson. You could start as your running back too, or it's gonna be Braylon Allen. Even if Breece Hall's the starter, the way they're using Allen, you're gonna start Allen over Scadaboo, 100%.
Yes.
Miles Sanders could slip into something. I think we're so strong everywhere else. Like I think we can kind of skate by, but we need another running back, Pat. Like here's the thing,
and that's the thing. That's why I think Connor and Benson make a lot of sense for us.
You know what I'm doing?
Get it done.
I'm putting in the league chat. Hey guys, we got to start up now. We're all said and done. Hey, my first and second next year on the block. I'm looking for a running back.
Yep.
And maybe you'll get like an offer. You're surprised, and then you can tweet at us that and let us know. Like if he's a starter this year and he can play, you and a guy who could probably play next year, you're looking at a 2-year window, and any running back I can get for a 2-year window, I'm giving up my first 4. Any running back.
Yep.
You, how do you feel about it? I mean, literally any running back.
I'm 100% in the same boat. 100% in the same boat. Like you're good enough now. Your wide receivers will carry you. You don't even have to have great running backs. I just need to get where are some 10-point per game guys to get me through, because my receivers and my tight end with George Kittle and TJ Hawkinson, which I'm still open to moving Hawkinson for the right deal, but George Kittle and my receivers are going to carry me.
Yeah, it really.
I just can't be having a crater and having 4 points at one of my running backs.
I would also look at, hold on, let's look at like an area. Go back to team 11 again. Sorry. Because here, like, we also have Jackson Dart in our back pocket that we could easily move. He's looked good in both preseason performances. He's got 2 young quarterbacks, so even though he's low, like, can we just see, like, if there's, can we just go through the quarter? Can you rank him by quarterbacks real quick? Go down to the bottom there. That's that team. Go to the next one. Okay, right here. Hold on. Yeah, so we got 15 minutes left. So we got to get this done here. He has no running backs here. Like, damn. Because I think Jackson Dart is also another, like, in our first makes it way more appealing. Like, we might be able to do better.
Yeah, we have a lot of quarterbacks.
Like that one team I was hoping, because we have Dylan Sampson, if we give them our first, second, and Jackson Dart for Quinshon Junkins is what I was hoping. But I don't know how he feels about having Cam Ward and whoever his other young quarterback was. Who's 9? Okay, here's something.
This was the team that we were talking about since we have Braylon Allen.
Could we offer him and take all the risk? Would he be willing, with all this Breece news? Like, because we have Braylon Allen, can we get Breece? I don't love offering our first and Jackson Dart for Breece, but I would do it. God, but that's risky, man. I want like we need more of a sure thing.
And he would probably want something else at running back because he invested in that.
Yeah.
which
It's just hard trading right after a startup draft too, because
That's what I'm
everyone's
saying.
just.
And that's what I'm saying, dude. Like this is like you. This is the bet you made in a startup. Unless I'm putting that message out there, willing to move my first and second, and willing to even possibly throw in a quarterback like Jackson Dart for a quarterback.
Here's where I do want to compliment him though, real quick.
Yeah.
You did the right thing in the startup. You kept taking the best player available. You have good quarterbacks. You have great receivers and amazing tight ends. Like you did the right thing. Now you just got to find a dance partner to get you by at running back.
He has 2 weeks, and then another injury could pop up in the third preseason game.
You have
week
all
1
your
or
picks
2,
and an extra tight end.
Yeah,
and an extra quarterback or 2.
Week 1, somebody could lose 2 guys, right? They could use their receiver, their quarterback, and a running back. Like there's a path. Like you don't want to get past like week 4 without making a move. I think your team's strong enough. Like as long as you make a move with your picks and potentially Jackson Dart by week 4 for a good running back that you can get 2 years out of, then you're good. I think you tread water until then. Yeah. I think your team's strong enough. I think your team's really good. So that's what I'm doing. Let's get one more in here. We got 12 minutes. We have a hard out at 2. So
I think we're gonna do the super chat and then we're gonna bounce because we got another super chat here.
Perfect.
All right, Gaby Boy says Hurts, Odunze, or Kyler Harrison plus a 26 first. I have JJ and Caleb and Ward on my roster. So it's a downgrade at quarterback. But to me, the Harrison plus a 26 first is just amazing value that I'm easily doing the Kyler side.
Yeah, and then I'm flipping Kyler early in the year if he's producing at a high level. I'm giving up the stack. There, honestly, I say that, but like, I'd be willing to move everybody but JJ on that. You know what I mean? Like what I'm doing after that, like so you're getting a bonus first. You're getting Harrison over Hurts or Dunze, which I like. You lose massively probably on the quarterback side here, but you got so much upside elsewhere. It's fine. You're definitely going to want to move a quarterback. Honestly, like, know what I'm doing here, Garrett? Actually, like if I'm doing that, like I don't hate that offer. Like maybe you can just trade Hurts for.
Well, here's the thing, honestly. Like the way I'm looking at it is I think Hurts, Kyler in a first for Hurts is fairly even. Yeah. So I think getting Harrison is a huge upgrade.
I agree.
So I just look at it as, hey, I'm getting a huge upgrade at receiver, and then I could take Kyler in that 26 first if I want to, and then go after a quarterback I like more that's in a similar range as Hurts.
Yeah, well, you might be able to take Kyler and Caleb and get like, or Kyler and Ward, something along those lines, and get like another elite quarterback. You know what I mean? Like a 2-for-1 for somebody struggling. I would do that. I would take the Kyler side.
Yep, I think it's just too good a value on that side of things.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys, that wraps up roster rescue for today. Great time, a lot of good, interesting rosters. Some different, guys in different spots. Some in rebuild, some with picks, some with not. So a lot of different teams to go over. Had a great time today. Rich, anything you want to tell the folks before we get out of here?
No, season's upon us. Gotta get ready. Gotta get the Dynasty GM. Gotta scan that coupon code. If you have fast draft, literally just deposit $10. Use that promo code NERD. You're gonna get a free year. Promo code YouTube 30% off. It's a massive discount on what you're gonna get. Definitely with all the new stuff coming out here. And then, not even talking about the data hub, but like we have another thing planned for the summer of next year. That's gonna be more entertaining. Value with some prizes and stuff. So yeah, check it out. Check out the podcast. Again, if you're finding us like those people that say they find us because of roster rescue, check out the podcast. Comes out every Wednesday and Thursday. We have a Nerd Herd Extra podcast, bonus content. Check out the site, check out all the content, and we'll be back next week. You'll see me.
Yep. Also, really fast, YouTube now has a leaderboard of all of our top chatters. So I wanted to give out Gaby Boy, Cody, and Sir Brooks a shout out. Thank you for being the top 3 chatters on the stream. That's awesome.
Ooh, we're gonna have to figure out a way to display that as we're doing it, so people can see where they're at on the leaderboard.
It's you can get it on the YouTube chat, so you can view it from YouTube, but not so much on the screen. We'll figure out a way though.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yep.
Hell yeah, boys.
All right. See you
soon.